What is up, everybody? I am your host, War Mothershed, and this is the Growth is Hard podcast, where we break generational cycles, curses, and become the best versions of ourselves possible. Man, I know I took a week off last week because quite literally, I got some news that I wasn't really expecting to hear, wasn't all that what I anticipated it to be. Had to do some, reflecting, growing, things like that. But I'm back, I'm better, got plenty to tell you, got another lesson, another gem I want to share with y'all. But first, let's hit the intro.
My soul wanna break out the labyrinth, I too wanna break out the casket, I do, then they wonder what happened. Back from the dead, I should've said it was killing me, I set up boundaries. Trump with the border, and now you're supporting the immigration. Cause I've been there when you needed me most, to get you high even when I was low. Did it then, but I don't do it no more, man. Growth is hard. 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 Growth is always worth it. Growth is growth is growth is growth is
Man, when I tell you, quite literally, I have been praying, I have been waiting, I have been anticipating this day to come, and once it finally did, it was nothing like I expected it to be. Does that sound like anybody else? Does that sound like anybody else's experience? Something that they've went through, whether it's recent, whether it's in the past? So I know I've talked about this a couple times in the podcast about, my recovery, my journey through this workers' comp settlement, and basically for the last 2 years, I haven't been able to work. I had to teach myself how to walk and do the basics the whole first year. I mean, you've heard it. And basically, we finally got to have our mediation and talk about settlement numbers. And I was really expecting, to be made whole again, for example, or to be taken care of. And I didn't get a fraction of what I thought it was. And I was honestly really upset about it because I didn't realize it. And it wasn't so much the fact that I didn't get what I thought I was going to get that bothered me, but I just had a lot of plans to help out, my friends and family that have been there around me and supported me through all of this. I just had big plans to help them, whether it was, cover first month's rent because one of them just moved into their apartment, or to pay them back for letting me stay with them because obviously, having an extra person live with you that can't really contribute can be stressful and things like that. But at the same time, I had to remind myself that these aren't the reasons why they were there for me in the first place. It was never about the monetary things. It was never about, what I could provide for them. It was just a simple fact that they cared about me, they loved me, and they wanted to support me through this. And that's exactly what they did. And to bring that full circle about what I want to talk today, there was a lot of things that I was anticipating and expecting, and even though they didn't come to fruition, it all led to the simple fact that I am now free. I don't have to worry about workers' comp anymore. I'm still being compensated a little bit, which is better than nothing. And all the meanwhile, I learned a very valuable lesson. A lesson that when I was speaking with my girlfriend, which today is our 1-year anniversary, which is also why I wanted to touch on this. We were having a conversation not too long ago about, some of the things that we've learned from each other. And I personally haven't felt like it was too much of like a learning deal on my end because we're just very like-minded. We have a lot of the same values. So when it comes to like actual objective things, it's more of just like opinion or, perspective based, not really a right or wrong answer. It's just about what kind of route do you want to take. And I know at the time that she, heard me saying, I don't know if I've really learned too much, I didn't want it to come off as a bad thing or anything negative, but at the same time, just being so similar, I mean, there's not much to really gain outside of just growing in life type deal. But after, really thinking about it through all of this, and after, all the journeys that I had to endure from my last relationship, family debacles, workers, all this stuff, I learned something more valuable than majority of these lessons I've accumulated over the years, and it's that love that everybody's desiring. I learned about the love that I want for myself, that I want for those around me. I learned what it is to truly be loved. And it was scary. It was scary the entire time. And it's even scary now, because it's just so crazy for me to grasp the fact that somebody could love me the way that she does. And it's easy for us to think about the ways that we love people and how passionate we are for them, and then to them have it reciprocated to us. There's always something so sensational and lovely, but to actually believe it, that's the hard part. And so when I reflected on all these things that I've had to, learn to grow and work through, and as far as communication and being there for each other, she really showed me how to be a better partner, be a better person, and really help bring out the true nurturer and caring person that I am, because there's so many things in my life that has put up walls and barricades in front of all of that to keep me safe. But at the same time, she showed me that I didn't need those anymore. I didn't have to keep my guard up anymore. I didn't have to keep wondering what the motive is, what's the angle. I could relax. I could be present, and all of which I could be myself the entire time. I know I've talked about wanting to lose weight. I'm roughly about like 255 right now. She doesn't want me to lose weight. She thinks I'm perfect just the way I am. And even when I do lose weight, she'll still see me the same way. And saying something like that, believing something like that, like 2 years ago with somebody else before I ever met her, wouldn't have believed that. Not for a second. And it was really just because of the people I was surrounding myself with, the mindset that I had about myself, and the rotation that they had within my daily life is just push, pull, push and pull. And finally, I'm at a place of paradigm. I'm at like a perfect balance. Like it's the justice scales. The feather has finally been matched in weight, and to know that it's just genuine, unconditional love, it's really beautiful to me, and I'm just very thankful for her. I'm so blessed to be able to not only have had her put up with me for a whole year, but to know that she is very excited and anticipating the many years that'll come after. So if and when you hear this, I love you dearly. I can't wait to get on our getaway anniversary vacation. No, I will not tell you where we're going, but just know it is going to be awesome, and there will be an episode about it that I will then share with everybody. So once again, love yours. Growth is Hard podcast is so grateful to everybody that tunes in and listens. We love you. We'd love to hear more from you. Leave a comment below. You can message me at IamWarReady_ on all platforms. Without further ado, I am your host, War Mother Shed. I hope you have a great Monday. Thank you.
My soul wanna break out the labyrinth. I too wanna break out the casket. I do, then they wonder what happened. Back from the dead, I should've said it was killing me. I set up boundaries, Trump with the border, and now you're supporting the immigration. Cause I've been there when you needed me most. To get you high even when I was low. Did it then, but I don't do it no more, man. Growth is hard. 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 Growth is always worth it. Growth is growth is growth is
Why would people smoke crack when they get for it?
growth is